So just a quick introduction of Jonathan. And first of all, we need to extend a great deal of thanks for him taking the time on a Saturday. He is in his Saturday mode. Just a quick introduction. Jonathan originally started out wanting to be a comedian, but was scared people would laugh at him. So I'm not sure what his thinking was there. He's been a comedy magician since 2003, currently performing more than 180 shows per year at parties, functions, conferences, and events all over New Zealand and Australia. In real life, he owns 6 service stations, gas stations, situated in Dunedin, Palmerstown, and Oamaru, all in the South Island. Is that good? Yeah?
Yeah, pretty good.
All in the South Island of New Zealand. A Rotarian since 1997. He's a past president. He's a Paul Harris Fellow. He's a past group study exchange team leader, which I was as well, Jonathan. District GSE Chair. Past assistant governor. Director of ShelterBox New Zealand. And I'm proud to say he was my classmate when he and I were governors in 2014, 2015. So we shared quite a few experiences together. It was really great. As I'm pausing right here to admit 3 more people, they're in, okay? Everybody is, please mute yourself. I'm muting you all. Please make sure that you're mute all, okay? Yes, okay. Jonathan, please unmute yourself. And if people would just turn their speaker view to full screen, Jonathan will be the one speaking. And Jonathan, the stage is all yours.
Oh, thank you very much, Joe, and good evening or good morning, everybody. Really great pleasure to be here to do my first ever show on Zoom. And nice to see people like Joe, who I've had a relationship before through Rotary. Clarissa sent me a message to say that she saw me perform at the Rotary International Convention in Sydney a few years ago. It's really nice to have some friendly faces in the room, as you always get in Rotary conferences. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a show for about half an hour. At the end of that show, I might teach you a couple of magic tricks and then just throw it open for any questions and answers. Feel free to drink, have wine, beer, water, whatever you like, because the more you drink, the funnier I get. I'm going to stand up behind me and do a trick, but as I said, I thought I'd do a trick with some American money just to kick things off. So I hope you can see that is a relatively crisp $10 US bill here. And what I'm going to do is if I just fold it in half until it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, eventually, right in front of your eyes, it will hopefully change into a $50 note. And I love your money. That's why I always carry some US dollar bills around. But I'm going to stand up. We're going to get into things here. So as you've heard, my name's Jonathan, and I am a magician. So tonight, I'm going to magish for you. Yeah, just be thankful I'm not a wizard. Now, before we get started, there's a couple of things I need to tell you about my show. The very first thing is I am very superstitious. And what I've got here is an empty bucket. And I'm very superstitious. I always like to start every show by emptying out a bucket of water. Don't ask me why. It just brings me very, very good luck for the rest of the show. The next thing I'm going to do is roll my sleeves up, because a lot of people think magicians hide things up their sleeves. It's very hard to do when you roll your sleeves up. I also need to tell you that magicians often have a gorgeous assistant. But as you might be able to see, I don't have one. No, my last assistant, she was so old, I told her to act her age and she died. So I'm going to have to pick on some of you on Zoomland there to help me out from time to time. The other thing I've got to tell you is that I'm very superstitious, and I always like to start every single show by emptying out a bucket of water. Don't ask me why, it just brings me very good luck for the rest of the show. So for the first trick today, I thought I would teach you a magic trick, okay? And to do this trick, what you need is you need a red handkerchief. And all I'm simply going to do is poke the handkerchief into my hand, just like that. When you wave your hand over the top, do you know what happens? Some of you will be thinking it disappears, but no, it actually turns into an egg. And the hanky actually travels down here into my pocket. Now I'm going to teach you this trick because actually, ladies and gentlemen, this is a really silly trick. And the reason it's a silly trick is the secret is there are 2 red hankies. The second hanky is currently stuffed in this hollowed out egg. Magic, I know, it's amazing. So let's run through how you need to do this trick. What you need is you need 2 identical hankies. They don't need to be red, but 2 identical hankies. And you need a hollowed out egg. If you don't hollow out your egg, you're going to make a real mess of one of your hankies. Before the show, screw up one of these hankies and stuff it deep down in your pocket where no one knows it is. Have the egg with a hole in it hidden in your hand, and I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can actually see this time. And all you simply do is poke the hanky into the egg, the second hanky. Once it goes all the way in, you stuff it in there, you show the egg, you go into your pocket, you show the hanky, and you've done a miracle. How easy is that? Pretty easy. But I do need to tell you, sometimes there might be someone in the crowd that's seen this trick before, and they might actually say, turn the egg around. And obviously if that happens, you would give away the fact that there's a hole in the egg and the handkerchief is in the egg. So if anybody does that and says, turn the egg around, this is what you do. You take the hole and you peel it off the egg and get rid of it. You then get yourself a wine glass that you prepared earlier and you simply crack the egg open and you've done yourself a miracle. Thank you very much. Alrighty. The other thing I've got to tell you too is that I'm very superstitious. I always like to start every single show by emptying out a bucket of water. You have to excuse me, I did that trick in an old folks home once. All right. Do you guys like card tricks?
Yes.
Few nods. Okay, cool. Let's see, because I'm going to do a rope trick. I hope you're going to be able to see this. It looks okay on video, actually. This is a single piece of rope. Normally, I would throw this out for you all to inspect and test, but it is just a single piece of rope. And I keep in my pocket a pair of scissors, which I can't find. That's embarrassing. Look, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take this piece of rope, and using my fingers, I can cut this piece of rope in half. Just like that. Now, if you miss that, I'll show you again. If you take a single piece of rope, all you're simply going to do is use your fingers to cut the rope in half. But seriously, folks, we are only using one piece. Now, one of the things you've got to watch here is it's the ends of the rope. This is what you have to watch, because if you really watch closely, the ends of the rope actually come off. And do you know what happens when you take the ends off a piece of rope? You're left with a middle. Joe, could you say stop in a big loud voice?
Please stop.
There we go. And I can go back into the pocket and put the ends back on again. Now, I know some of you are looking at me thinking, look, this dude's just using a trick rope. But this is everyday rope, the kind that you can find in most American bedrooms. Sorry. Here we go. The ends of the rope actually stick together. Not with glue, not with magnets, not with Velcro, nothing easy like that. It actually works with static electricity. If I take one end and rub it on my elbow, just like that, it gets this end all charged up. If I rub the other end, it gets it all charged up and bang, quick as a flash, it turns back into a loop again. But it's okay, I am a professional. I do carry spare ends. And if I find the middle of the rope right about there, you can just throw the ends back on as quickly as they came off. Now, this is actually a really hard trick to watch, but I'm going to show you how it works to finish. If I take the ends and put the ends back into my pocket, this is where the magic's going to happen. One of the ends is going to travel up here really, really quickly, just like that. Another one will travel up here really quickly, just like that, and it turns back into a single piece of rope. Thank you very much. All right. Well, you'll have to excuse me. It is daylight here and it's getting a bit hot, and it is thirsty work when you're doing a magic show. It tastes so good. That is really good. Actually, I should tell you what this is. This isn't really glue. This was a joke I did with my daughter. When she was young and at school, they used to have to take their own art supplies to school, including their glue. And I thought this would be a fun trick. So what we did is we emptied all of the glue out of this bottle, and we've refilled it with liquid icing sugar, so that when you drink it, it's actually really tasty. And I said to my daughter, who was only about 5 at the time, I said, when you go to school and you're sitting down with all your friends, have a drink of the glue, turn to your friends and say, it's really tasty, try your own. She got 3 days off for that, but it was totally worth it. Anyway, let's carry on. And you'll have to excuse me, I always forget to do this. Now, what I thought I'd do now is I'm going to try and do a magic trick with someone online. I'm going to come a little bit closer for this one. Does anybody want to see if we can do this? I've never tried this trick over Zoom. I just need someone who has a telephone with them, a mobile phone that has access to the internet. And I don't want to use Joe in case you guys think that this is a setup. So is there anyone on the call that has a mobile phone handy that is good at going to the internet? Look, it looks like Maria is getting her phone.
I just unmuted Jeff Kostick. Kostick, step up.
Where's Jeff? Oh, there he is. Jeff, well done. Thank you very much. Jeff, what I'd like you to do is go to the internet on your phone. So whether that's Safari or Google, whichever type of phone you've got, and I want you to start searching in how many, so you just type this in, how many articles are there on Wikipedia? And it'll probably come up before you finish typing. And what I want you to do is search how many articles there are on Wikipedia. Have you done that, Jeff? You have? And hopefully now there's a whole bunch of results. One of the very first websites is a website called wikicount.net. Can you see that website, Jeff? Okay, if you click on that website, it will tell you right now on English Wikipedia how many articles there are, and I think it also tells the average number of words per article. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, on my calculator, Jeff, I hope you can see that on my phone, across the miles, I'm going to try to work out how many words there are on Wikipedia. So Jeff, on that website, could you tell me the average number of words? It's normally about 1,000 or 2,000.
1,114.
1,114. If I multiply that by the number of articles, how many articles are there, Jeff?
6,099,432.
Right, if I multiply those two numbers together, you can see that right now there are about 6.8 billion words on Wikipedia, which is a lot of words. Now, Jeff, this is where it's going to get freaky. You'll see on your phone there that there is a link that says visit Wikipedia, a big blue link. Could you hit that link? And what will happen is it will take you to the Wikipedia homepage, and it'll be the homepage which has, I think, the banker horse or something like that on it. Do you see that?
I do.
I want you to hit the Wikipedia search function near the top, the little magnifying glass. And Jeff, make sure I can't see this over the internet, but I want you to search a single word in Wikipedia. Now, don't do anything easy like Rotary or magic or anything like that, but just search a single word, okay? And hit search, and then hopefully a Wikipedia article will come up. Did that work, Jeff?
It does.
Okay, scroll down through the article, stop somewhere random, and I want you to look at and remember a long word, like longer than 5 letters. You got one?
Got it.
Okay, put your phone down. I don't want to see it again. Because, Jeff, we're going to try and do this across the miles. I really hope this works because it never has. I've just got a whiteboard here. Jeff, you've searched a word, and then you've looked at a word in a Wikipedia article. There's absolutely no way I could know what you've searched, and definitely there's no way I could know what word you've looked at in the article. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Jeff, what I'd like you to do is think of the word that you looked at in the article, the long word, okay? Just think of the first letter. Please don't say the word. Just think of the first letter. Have you got it?
I do.
The first letter. Now, it's not an R, is it?
Am I supposed to answer you?
Yes.
It is an R.
It is an R.
It is.
Wow. Well, I had a 1 in 26 chance of getting that. Let's have a go here. I'm going to write something on my whiteboard here. And Jeff, this may be a world first for me, doing this across the miles. And Jeff, I can see you on my screen here. Just think of the word that you searched at the start. Don't say it out loud.
I won't.
Okay. All right, I think I've got it, Jeff. All right, now remember, I've made predictions on this whiteboard. For the first time, Jeff, can you tell everybody the word that you searched at the start?
I did a search for the word juggling.
Juggling, and what word did you look at in the article?
Recommended.
Juggling and recommended. Can you see that okay?
Can.
There we are. Give Jeff a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Jeff. No, that's exciting for me because I've only ever really done that trick in front of people. So it's nice to be able to do it across the Zoom world. Let's carry on with this whiteboard. Who else wants to help me actually? Who was here early? Maria, I'm going to use you for a trick. Is that okay? Yeah, Maria, take yourself off mute just for a moment. And I'm going to write something. I've rubbed off juggling and the word here. I'm going to, do you have a credit card, Maria? Yes. Do
Yes.
you have a 4-digit number that you use when you go shopping? Yes. I want you to think of that number, Maria, and I'm going to try to read your mind, okay? Think of your number. Here we go. Right, interesting. Okay, Maria, I think I've got this. Now, banks don't like you revealing your PIN number, but we're just going to make this a yes or no answer, Maria. Is your PIN number 1782? No? Exactly, as I predicted. No, thank you very much. Sorry, that's so stupid. Let's try it again. We're really going to try and do it this time, Maria. What I'd like you to do is think of a 3-digit number this time, okay? Okay, think of a 3-digit number. I'm going to make a prediction over here. And let's have a look here. I wanted to do it so that you can't really see what I'm doing, okay? Hang on a minute, Maria. Here we go. Right, Maria, are you thinking of a 3-digit number? Is your number 164? No? Why not? What was your number?
357.
357. Well, that's interesting because I actually thought you might have picked number 164, but then I think you changed your mind to number, what was it?
57.
357. Sorry, that's just so stupid. That was just for me, a bit of fun. I thought what I'd do is I'd just reveal this trick for you actually. What I bought at a magic shop was this fake hand. Can you see that there? And that was obviously sitting on the edge here, you know, so I can, it looks like I'm holding it, but I'm not really. Anyway, when I bought this, I came home late one night, my wife was asleep, and she knew I was leaving early in the morning. So I put that on the shower curtain when I left in the morning. She hates me. Anyway, we're really going to do it this time, Maria. We're going to do it with a pack of cards, actually. Maria, I have a pack of cards here. I hope you can see that these are all different. What's going to happen, Maria? I'm going to flick through the pack of cards like that, and I want you to say stop, okay?
Stop.
There. Now, we're not going to use the 2 of clubs. We're going to use this card on the top. Are you happy with that card, Maria? Or would you like me to go a bit deeper into the pack?
No, it's fine.
You're happy? Now, I'm going to look away, but can you see that card? Please don't tell me what it is. I don't want to know what it is, but can you see it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I hope everyone else can see it. What I'm going to try to do, Maria, is read your mind across the miles. Here we go. All right. Here we go, Maria. I think I've got it. Yeah. I'm just checking you out there. That's good. All right. I think I'm getting there, Maria. Here we go. Right, Maria. Where's my poster? I have written what the name of the card is on this whiteboard. Okay, I don't know what the card is, but I've written what the name of the card is. For the first time, Maria, can you say out loud the card that you selected?
10 of hearts.
The 10 of hearts. And remember I said I wrote what the name of the card is on this whiteboard. Sorry, that's so stupid. Let's just get rid of it here. The 10 of
Wow.
hearts. There we are. Give Maria a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Maria, for helping me out. You're amazing. And you'll have to excuse me. I always forget to do this. There we go. I'm not sure if you can see that water on there, but hey, that's cool. All right, I'm going to do my most dangerous trick now. I've done this all over the world. It's been very good for me. Drew, I can see Drew Monahan, is it? Drew, I've got a very simple question for you. Would you mind unmuting yourself and tell me what your favorite color is?
Oh,
Your favorite color?
so can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, but except it's not Drew. I don't know why I have Drew in here.
Okay.
It's Marcy.
Marcy,
And
right.
you want me to tell you my favorite color?
Your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. That is amazing. You put yourself on mute. That's amazing because I have a pink balloon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up this balloon. Here we go. Here we go. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up this balloon. Now, I'm not sure if anyone here today has ever seen a sword swallower before. Now, I can't do that, but I am going to try to swallow this balloon, okay? Excuse me. All right, here we go. Now, before I do this trick, can I show you some balloon modeling? Yeah? Okay, here we go. Sorry, that's just stupid. All right, what I'm going to try to do is swallow this balloon in one go. Okay. Wow, it's quite big. It's a bit bigger than I was hoping. But anyway, I'm going to try to swallow this balloon for your pleasure today. Normally, I'd be getting the crowd to scream and clap and that sort of stuff. You're most welcome to do that in your own home. But here we go. I'm going to try to swallow this balloon. One of the things I do need to tell you, it does take a bit of work to get down the first part of my throat. Once it's going down into my stomach, though, we're all good. And if this trick does work, you'll see why I'm really popular at airports. All right. Can you see that okay on camera? Here we go. Woo! Wow. Wow, that one made my eyes water. Right. Now, Marcy, would you like a balloon animal? No, sorry, that's a different show. I have to tell you something. I don't often do this trick for two reasons. The first reason is that not many people clap at the end of it. And the second reason is that I get this look like some of you are giving me right now. And I know what you're thinking. Man, he's hairy. No, you're thinking, where did the balloon go, yes? Well, I can tell you that in 2 days, it's going to come out as a poodle. I did that trick in Japan once. It came out as one of those little dogs called a Shih Tzu. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Let's carry on with a little bit of magic here for you. What's this for? Sorry, if you think that's bad, I've got another one. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm going to do something now that's going to mess with your mind just a little bit. What I have here, I'm going to try and mess with your mind. For this trick to work, though, you've all got to do me a favor. I can see a lot of you, but I can't see some of you. I want you all to make a circle like this, just with your thumb and pointy finger. All make a circle like this, and then put it on your chin like this. Right, where's your chin? It's down here. Sorry, you've got to be able to follow instructions for this. So what I'm going to do, for this trick to work for you, I tried this morning on myself and it worked amazingly. For this trick to work, you've got to watch the center of the spiral at all times. Do not look away or else this trick will not work for you. Just watch the center of the spiral and relax. I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And something amazing will happen. Here we go. 5, keep watching, do not look away. 4, 3, 2, Now look at my head. Now, I don't know if that worked for you. Did my head go big? I'm seeing some nods and some, oh, well, anyway, there we go. It's worth a crack. Right, let's try another bit of a story for you. A lot of people want to know how I became a magician. And for me, it started, I was just at a park somewhere and there's a magician there. And he did this most amazing trick. He took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Then he did something amazing. He threw 1, 2, 3 of them away. But he still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. I was amazed. Unlike you lot. But anyway, I rushed up to him after the show and said, how did you do that? And he said, Jonathan, I can't tell you. You need to go to a magic shop. So the very next day, I ran to the magic shop and said, have you got that magic trick where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards? You then throw away 1, 2, 3 cards, but you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. And the guy in the magic shop said, Jonathan, that is an amazing trick, but I'm sorry to say we don't sell it. We actually have a different one. The one we have is where the magician takes 1, 2, 3 cards, then throws away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, but still has 1, 2, 3 cards left. And I said, that's a cool trick, but it's not the one I want. And the guy in the magic shop said, Jonathan, we know the trick you mean, but I'm sorry to say we don't sell it. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I have to apologize. I'm not going to be able to show you the trick where I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I won't throw away 1, 2, 3 of them, and I won't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. I may need to come back another year and do that for you. But thanks for watching. Let's carry on. Here we go. We're whistling through this quite well. If you've got any questions as we go along, please shout it out. But I need another volunteer, which I'm going to try and do a trick with. Does anyone want to volunteer? If so, just take yourself on mute and say g'day. Anyone?
I'll do it.
Cool. Toby, thank you very much, Toby. I hope you can see me okay. This is a very large pack of cards. Now, Toby, what I did earlier today, before I set up the show, I took 1 card out of this pack, turned it around the wrong way, and put it back in. And Toby, I'm going to tell you what the name of the card is, but I'm not going to say it to you. I'm going to think it to you, okay? So very soon, Toby, you're going to hear voices in your head. Maybe just like you normally do. But if you get it right, it's going to be amazing. Everyone will cheer and clap, okay? Now, quick test. Can everybody on the call just think of a card really quickly? Go. You got one? A lot of people will think of the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Hearts. I'm not sure why. They're just the most common cards that people think of. It's amazing. So, Toby, it is not one of those two. It's one of the 50 others. It's not the Joker either. One of the 50 others, okay? I've already made my prediction. So, Toby, what you need to do is clear your mind. That was quick. You ready, Toby?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Just like that. Toby now knows the name of the 1 card in this pack that's around the wrong way. Toby, can you see a card in your mind?
Yes.
Could you name your card out loud for everyone to hear?
10 of Hearts.
The 10 of Hearts. Wrong. No, to be honest, I can't remember. Somewhere in this pack of cards, you will see. Somewhere in here, Toby. I hope you can see this okay. It might have been near the start of the pack. There is 1 card round the wrong way. Look, right down here. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
1 card. And if we take it out, it is the 10 of Hearts. Thank you very much. Yeah. Now, do you want me to turn it around? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
The other way? No, if I show you the other side, it does show the 10
nice.
of Hearts. Give Toby a big round of applause, folks. Thank you very much, Toby.
That was great.
Let's carry on. I'll do another smaller card this time. This is the world famous 4 ace trick, okay? And we're going to use a smaller pack of cards for this. I'll come a little bit closer, you can see. So once again, I need another volunteer. Josh, I'm looking at Josh. You've got a beautiful jacket on there, Josh. I'm going to use you for this trick, Josh. So thank you for taking yourself off mute. This is the 4 ace trick. What I did earlier today is I took the 4 aces and turned them around the wrong way in this pack. Josh, what you need to do is just think of any card. Doesn't need to be the 10 of hearts, but just think of a card. You've got one, Josh?
Yeah.
For the first time, name it out loud.
To everybody?
Yeah.
The 3 of spades.
The 3 of spades. Well, that's amazing because remember I said this is the 4 ace trick. So in here, I've got the 4 aces turned around the wrong way in the pack. I hope you can see those okay. What did you say? The 3 of spades?
Yep.
Okay, there's another one just there and one more right there. So there are the 4 aces. So this is the world famous 4 ace trick. And the reason it's a world famous 4 ace trick is that on the back, I've written the 3 of spades. There we are. Give Josh a big round of applause. Thank you very much, Josh. All right, how are we going for time? 11:37. We're whistling right through. I could show you this, but this isn't even remotely funny. Sorry. What else have I got sitting around here? We are whistling through, and we're getting near the end of the show. I thought I'd show you something. This here, I hope you can see this. When I was at school many, many, many years ago, there were no such thing as iPads and those sorts of things. In fact, what we used to do is we have to draw on blackboards with blackboard paint. I don't know if anyone used to do this, but when I was in my art class, I found this the other day, and I drew this pig. I painted this pig. And this was a momentous day in my history because I remember the teacher sort of giving me a bit of grief. And the teacher said, look, I get that that's a pig, Jonathan. Could you not have made it look round? And I said, yeah, of course. Sorry, that's just for me as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost done. I'm going to have to stop this, or I'm going to make a mess all over my carpet. We are at an end of my magic show. This has been a first for me, as I say, doing it over Zoom. If you've liked my show, my name is Jonathon Usher. If you didn't like my show, my name is David Copperblangel. Thank you so much for watching. What I'm going to do now is teach you a couple of tricks and then throw it open to any questions and then let you go back to your drinking and eating and otherwise. But thanks so much for watching. Right, good to go. Thank you. Virtual claps. All right, let's try and teach you a magic trick, an actual legitimate magic trick. And Josh, I'm going to use you again if you don't mind, because you're right in the middle of my screen, so you're nice and easy for me to see. Again, we're going to try this, and then if it works, I'll teach you it. If it doesn't work, this is going to be terrible. But anyway, Josh, what I'd like you to do is we're going to do this quickly, so don't think about it too long and hard. First question I've got for you, Josh, and for those people who are watching, you can write down the steps that Josh and I are taking. I see we're recording this, so you might be able to try it. This trick should hopefully work 90% of the time. Josh, good game's a fast game. I want you to think of a basic shape like a star. You got a basic shape? Yeah, okay.
Just thinking.
Sorry?
I'm just thinking it or I'm saying it?
Yeah, just thinking. Don't tell me what it is, but a basic shape, okay? Now what I want you to do is think of how that word is spelt. So the shape that you're thinking of, how is it spelt? And I want you to go to the last letter of that shape. And we're going to try and come up with a playing card, okay? So if you think of the last letter, let's say for me, let's say the last letter of my basic shape was a T, I might think of a 2 or a 3. So if you think of your last letter, and this is a playing card, so it's either going to be ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or jack, queen, king. Can you make a basic number with the last letter of your shape?
Nope.
No. Okay. Is anyone else playing along that can make a number with their basic shape? Just out of interest, what was your basic shape, Josh?
Square.
Square. So we'll keep trying this. So the last letter of square is an E. So what's a card that starts with E? It's an 8. Yeah. Okay. Now what I want you to do, in a pack of cards, Josh, there are hearts, clubs, spades, or diamonds. Okay. I just want you to think of a suit. You got one?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, You're not thinking of a black card, are you? You are, yeah, that's amazing. So if I want you to now look into my eyes here, Josh, we're going to try this out. You're a good poker player. We're going to try this. I want you to think of the suit. It's either a spade or a club. I want you to think of the suit, okay? Think it over and over in your mind, like clubs, 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 clubs. You got it? You're a really hard man to read. This may go horribly wrong. You're not thinking of the 8 of spades, are you?
No,
No, what were you thinking of?
the 8 of clubs.
8 of clubs. So you're a hard man to read. Normally when you go clubs, 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 you get someone having a bit of a smile, just like you are now. So that's okay. We'll try and teach you a different trick, but this trick is very, very easy to learn. I've thrown cards all over my floor here. I'm going to get a pack of cards and teach you a trick. You can do this with any pack of cards, okay, folks? You can see that all of these cards are different. I hope you can see that. I'm going to try not to look at the screen because obviously I can see the card. But you can try this at home. If you take a card, I have no idea what that card is. You can say, look, I can feel the paint on the card. And if you rub your finger around, I can tell that this is the 2 of clubs. Now I'm going to teach you how to do that with any pack of card without looking. What you do, if you hold the card like this, with your fingers across the top and your thumb on the bottom, you make a pointy finger here, you bend the card. Can you see that I've bent that a little bit? When you bend the card, I can see this whole corner of the card down here. So I can see it's the 2 of clubs really quickly, so boom. If I grab another card, I can tell that this one is the 10 of clubs really quickly, just by giving it a little bend and a peek to the side, okay? So you can try that at home. Jeff's got a young person, he might be able to learn this trick as well. So you have a quick peek. The rest of it is just acting. So you say, wow, there's lots of paint on this card. It's black paint. Is it the 10 of clubs? So it's a really easy trick that you can do. So that's probably all I've got for there. I just thought I'd throw it open to any questions that you might want to know as I just clear my rubbish away here and answer any questions that you have had. I hope you enjoyed that anyway.
Indeed.
When did
Jonathan, we do have a question. Regine, hold on, Toby. Regine Jolie has a question for you. Regine, would you unmute yourself and ask the question?
Sure. Where's all that water coming from?
Yeah, it's a very good trick. It's one of the first tricks I ever saw, actually. And that bucket there has about twice as much that's in that one over there. So it's a very good trick. If you wanted to buy it online, I think it's called a Lotta Bowl, L-O-T-T-A, bowl. So it's good fun. Now, I think I saw Toby was going to ask a question. Toby?
I was asking how long have you been practicing magic? How old were you when you first decided to be a magician?
That's a great question. I was at a Christmas function in 1999, so I was 39 at the time, so I was a late starter. But I saw someone do a magic trick where they had a red hanky and they made it disappear. And I watched this person do it all night, and I just had no idea how it was done, and it just played with my mind. The person showed me at the end of the night, and I learned it. I bought the trick the next day from a magic shop, and the rest is history, as they say. There's not many magicians in my part of the world. There's very few, actually. So I just started doing shows and got bigger and bigger and bigger as life went on. So,
Are you in New Zealand?
so I did my first show in 2002, 2003, I think, from memory. So about 17 years.
What time is it in New Zealand right now?
Right now, it is, looking at my watch, it is 11:45 lunchtime on Saturday.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I've already been where you are. It's Friday night was great. I can tell you over here, we've just come through the other end of the coronavirus. We went pretty hard pretty early, and we closed our borders and locked the country down for about 5 or 6 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we had 0 cases, 0 active cases. We contact traced everybody. So what's exciting for me is I can now do shows again. For about 2 months, I couldn't do a magic show. I had a number of shows cancelled. I was doing Rotary shows in Australia.
Are you in the north or south part of New Zealand? What city
I'm
are
in
you?
the South Island. So if you Google where I am at the moment, I'm in a town called Cromwell, Cromwell, which is in the centre of the South Island of New Zealand, quite close to Queenstown. A lot of people know where Queenstown is, and I'm quite close to where Queenstown is.
Jonathan, we have another question in the chat room. And this is rather intriguing, and I think you've made us all forgot about this trick, and nobody has tasked you to this. What happened to the balloon?
Everybody wants to know what happened to the balloon, but there are 3 tricks I do that get the most feedback. One is the balloon. One is the money that I did at the very start, where I changed what did I change? A 10 into a 50. And then I also do a trick which I couldn't do tonight because it's so much better when there's a real audience in front of me as opposed to a cyber audience. And that's a trick I do with a can of beer, where I produce a can of beer out of a book, we empty it, we drink it, and then magically in front of your eyes, the can fills back up, reseals, and you can pour it out again. It's one of my favorite tricks, but I couldn't do it today because it's, as I say, so much better with someone in the room rather than online.
So did everybody notice that he actually never really gave us the answer of what happened to the balloon?
Yeah. Well, okay, promise not to tell. Promise not to tell.
You have to go to the magic store.
So did I, sorry.
All right. We're gonna thank everybody. I mean, everybody's gonna thank. I'm gonna personally thank Jonathan for taking some time for us his morning and our evening. Jonathan, a sincere thanks, and it's great to see you again. I'm going to at this moment I'm going to unmute everybody, and please share us. Everybody, come on, let them hear it.
I want to know what happened to the balloon.
Well, he's not telling. He's not telling.
But hey, really thanks everyone too for giving up your Friday evening. Really nice to see you all, and wish you all the very best. And hopefully one day I might see you all in person.
Jonathan,
where's the balloon?
I hope our paths cross once again real soon.
No worries. The balloon is gone, and I'm okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for being a great audience. So we hope you enjoy the show, and hope to see many of you tomorrow at the plenary
all the best,
session
everyone.
and
Great
the
to
other
see you,
sessions as well. Right, good to see you.
All the best.
Go.
Bye.
Got everything
Bye.
down there,
Bye.
Joe?
Thank you.
The balloon.
Everything down? Are you going to leave it open so we can have a social hour?
Maria,
No, we're gonna.
Yeah,
can I call you?
yeah.
Roth,
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, Ray.
the email that I got with the link did not work. I had to go back to the original web address, and I could get in. But I think we probably missed a lot of people because email that was sent out with the link to this did not work.
Well, we had 43 people registered, and we had 38 people on, so it worked for mostly everybody.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Okay, but you were here and enjoyed the show. That's the main thing.
Yes.
I still want to know what happened to the balloon.
Okay. Well, now you're gonna have to travel to New Zealand to find out. Hey guys, thanks for being a great audience. And Donald Glass is trying to come on now. Let's Donald Glass from the GBI is trying to come on right now. So I'm gonna admit him, and as soon as he's in, which is gonna be in about 3 seconds, everybody yell, "Hi, Donald!" Ready? Hold on. Now.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Donald.
Bye. Goodbye.
Hey guys, you've been a great audience. I'm going to end the show.
Thank you, Joe.
My pleasure. I'm not born to be a host, but I guess I pulled it off okay anyway.
Well, that's nice.
Good.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
See you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bright and early at 8.
Bye-bye.